Welcome to Sioux City, Iowa. This is the Final Four breakdown. I'm Evan Weberg.
I'm Mike Zimmerman. The national tournament semifinal round is set. We'll look at the players, coaches, and teams under the microscope.
133 of the 138 games has featured a player that sums up the Panthers' style of play. Christy Beam is a senior for the University of Davenport, and she leads the Panthers' fast-paced, full-throttle, relentless attack. She can dish the ball and beat anybody driving to the hoop, but that doesn't stop her. Beam is the number 2 in the nation in steals and number 3 in the nation in steals per game.
The head coach for Davenport is Mark Youngs. In his 8 years of coaching, he's compiled a record of 204 wins and 61 losses. And in the past 3 seasons, the Panthers have only lost 6 games. And back in the 2008-2009 season, Mark Youngs was named the Russell Athletic Midwest Region Coach of the Year.
This season, the Panthers have compiled a record of 36-0, and they tore through the Wolverine Hoosier Conference, winning 16 games. But their biggest game this year was probably one earlier in the season, where they had a 9-point victory over the defending national champions, Northwestern.
Davenport has made 7 appearances in the national tournament. The quarterfinal round was the furthest they have made it in the tournament until this year. Let's roll through their run in the current tournament. In the first round, they easily downed the University of Maine at Machias, 102-27. And in the second round, beat Briar Cliff for the second time this season, 84-61. In the Elite Eight round, they knocked off the tournament Cinderellas, the Cedarville Yellow Jackets, 81-58. Now their matchup in the semifinal round will be with Walsh University.
The Panthers have 2 key players, their point guard, Christy Beam, and their 3-point leader, Carrie Grubius. Now, the Panthers are no doubt going to press Walsh and try to score some points in the transition game, which they've done all season.
Well, Evan, Davenport wins if they can use that transition game that they've showed all tournament long so far. They're a quick team. They can cause a lot of turnovers on defensive transition, but they like to run with the basketball on offense, maybe get the ball inside or outside to their 3-point shooters. But also, I think a big key is depth. They got a lot of players that they bring off the bench into the game. They could use that to wear down their opponents here in the Final Four round. For the last time, Walsh University will be here in Sioux City as they'll be moving up to NCAA Division II next season. But they want to leave it like they entered it back in 1998 with a national title.
Walsh's star player, Katie Berry, is averaging 13 points a game, and as a senior, she's looking to go out with a bang.
Laurel Wortluff has been at Walsh University now for 5 years and boasts a record of 101 wins and 62 losses. In 1981, she was the Mid-American Conference Coach of the Year, and in 1982, she led the Kent State Golden Flashes to their first ever NCAA Division I national tournament appearance in school history.
This season, the Cavaliers have a record of 30 wins and 4 losses. And in the conference, they were 15-1. That one loss came to Damon College, who was also a tournament qualifier. Walsh wins if they're able to handle that Davenport pressure. And also, they're going to need a little bit of luck inside and be able to handle the ball. And it's going to all start with their senior, Katie Berry.
They're going to look to grind it out, Evan. They're just going to have to try and slow down Davenport as much as possible. I mean, that's the biggest key going into this game. For Morningside College, they come into the Final Four matchup with a 29-5 record overall in the season and 15-3 in the GPAC conference. And the GPAC being one of the tougher conferences, they were consistently the second-best team right behind Northwestern.
Morningside's key player is NAIA Warden. She's averaging 15.9 points a game, and she's easily the most exciting player to watch at this tournament.
For Morningside College, they're probably also bringing in one of the most prestigious coaches in the NAIA right now, and head coach Jamie Sale, who in his 9th year at Morningside brings in a career overall record of 235-76. But how about this? Leading his team to 8 national tournament appearances, and he was the National Coach of the Year 3 times in 2004, 2005, and in 2009, their national championship year.
Morningside College has played in some big games this year. They beat Sioux Falls 3 out of 4 times, but the big kicker with that, though, they've lost to Northwestern 3 times this season, the team that they'll be playing in the Final Four.
Morningside cruised through their first 2-round games, getting victories over Indiana Northwest and Tennessee Wesleyan, and then by far their most exciting game of the tournament was in the Elite Eight against Sioux Falls, getting a 2-point victory, 72-70, and had to use all 40 minutes of regulation to get that one.
Sioux Falls finished their 12-point comeback here with a 3 from Laura Johnson to give the Cougars the 64-63 lead. Next Cougar possession, Chrissy Strasburg finds Chelsea Boxa. Sioux Falls up 4. Morningside would fight back with a 3 of their own, the old-fashioned way by Emily Christian. Mustangs down 1. Sioux Falls is looking to answer, but NAIA Warden steps up big as she goes all the way but gets fouled. And then she calmly knocks down both free throws. Mustangs up 1. And guess who again but Warden, and she will finish this time 70-67 Morningside with just over a minute to play. Jamie Hoffer tries for it, but she's denied. But Holly Hagan is in position for the putback. Sioux Falls down 1 with 1 minute remaining. With 23 seconds left, it's Bailey O'Brien who tries to take the lead but misses. And now the Cougars have to foul. It's Morningside's best free throw shooter, Shelby Badette, to the line as she hits both. Cougars down 3 with 15 seconds to go. After the timeout, Morningside takes a gamble and fouls Chrissy Strasburg to avoid the three-point play with 10 seconds left. She misses the front end of the 1-and-1, but an offensive rebound gives them a chance for 3. No good. Jamie Hoffer is fouled with 1 second left, but Morningside is able to execute down the stretch and win this one 72-70 as they're headed to the Final Four. Now Morningside wins if they're able to slow down the high-powered offense that Northwestern brings. They're shooting over 50% from the field, so get that percentage down to under 45. But they're also going to need a big game from NAIA Warden. She's got to go over 20-some points, bring that energy that she brings to the court. But then players like Alfredson and Badette are going to have to hit big shots all throughout the night.
And also the crowd will be a huge factor in the game. Evan, obviously we'll have to keep an eye on that too and see if the support from the Morningside fans here in Sioux City is going to help them to the victory.
Northwestern College comes into this Final Four with a record of 33-1. That one loss came to Davenport earlier this season on December 29th, where they lost by 9 points. But other than that, in the conference, they were 18-0 and perfect in that GPAC.
For Northwestern, their key players to look at are Becca Hurley and Kendra DeYoung. They were a key part of their national championship squad last season. For Becca Hurley, she's number 2 in the entire nation in total scoring with 719 points, and she shoots from behind the arc 44%. And then for Kendra DeYoung, she's second in Division II in field goal percentage at around 60%, so they're going to be key shooters for this Northwestern offense. Well, you can call this a coaching duel for sure, as we have Jamie Sale from Morningside, as we talked about him. But then the Northwestern head coach, Earl Woodstra, comes in with a career record of 371 and 138 in 16 years of coaching, and he too has been a 3-time National Coach of the Year.
And those 3 national championships came in 2001, 2008, and 2010. They have 6 Final Four appearances in the school history, and they have 32 overall tournament wins. That's an all-time leaders. And getting through this tournament, they've had no problem beating College of Idaho, Sterling College, and Indiana Wesleyan.
Well, if Northwestern is going to win this one, Evan, obviously they've been here at this spot before, winning the national championship last year. Experience is going to be key. Becca Hurley, Kendra DeYoung, they have to get it going from the field.
That's exactly right, and they want to contain NAIA Warden. She's a big factor for what Morningside is going to do, but in the end, Northwestern just has to play Northwestern basketball, and they'll get the victory.
Should be definitely an exciting matchup, probably one of the key games that everybody's been waiting to see happen here at the national tournament.
Well, that's going to do it for this Final Four breakdown. Make sure to always stay tuned to htmediaonline.org.